Hi everyone, welcome to another Hattons Model Railways live stream, and this morning you join me taking a closer look at our newly released O-gauge Teak coaches. Now these have come into stock in 3 different styles in 2 distinct liveries that you can see here in front of me today. The BR era liveries of Crimson and Cream and BR Maroon are now in stock across the 3 different types of coach that we have tooled. These are 3 of the distinct Grizzly Teak types, of which there are 38 in real life. Diagram 118. Sorry, just think I'm having a couple of issues with the connection here. If I stay on, I will keep talking. If I do go, let me know in the chat and I'll keep an eye on it. So just to recap there, we're looking at the new releases of the Teaks. We've got the Diagram 175s, the Diagram 186s, and the Diagram 115s in stock in the BR colour schemes now. Now, as we've put on our website, we have inspected every single coach that we have had delivered to us, and we have found some minor recurring cosmetic issues on these. So we can't sell some of the stock as like new. We can't sell it as perfect. So we've brought in a grading system that you will see on our website. So if you head over to the link in the description, you'll see a little more information there. As you can see here on the screen, this is just a small snip of our website covering the information that we put out yesterday. Thanks, guys. I'll just try and refresh it. Bear with me 1 second. Let me give it a try. Right, I should be back in business now, guys. If you can let me know whether you can see me and you can hear me, that would be fantastic. I'll carry on, but I'll keep an eye on the chat just to let you know too. So as you heard me saying, we've had the stock of these. We have encountered some minor cosmetic issues across the different coaches that we have available. So you can see here the different types that we have today. Fantastic, we've got you here, guys. Thanks for commenting in the chat there. Sorry about the little gremlin, but here I am, as you can see. It's what happens on live shows sometimes, but right, let's get back into it. So you can see here on the website, this is the grading system that we've brought into place for these coaches. If you want to see this for yourself, you can see it on our website now. You can follow the link in the description there too. But I wanted to go over some of the finer points of some of these minor cosmetic errors that we have found in these vehicles. There are some fixes that are really easy to do for some of the skilled modelers out there. And of course, we have lowered the price on the items with the minor cosmetic defects on them too. If you head over to the links in the description, you'll find out all the information on the stock we have available right now. We do have some of the coaches available without any minor issues on them. These are available from £179, but then the grading system is there with the price coming down on these coaches further and further dependent on the variations. So just to look at some of those in some more detail, you'll see that some of these are quite easy fixes. They are all cosmetic, so they won't have any issues with the major structure of the coach or the running of the coach either. So I've took some high definition photos of some of these items just to highlight some of the points here and give you some of my tips on fixing them up too. So if we have a look at some of those, we'll head over first. Now, a small number of the coaches, as you can see here, have come with some of the dark grey paint chipped away from the wheels. So you can see here how this has come away. This is fixable. You can work on these. You can replace this with some very, very dark grey paint. It's not quite black, but mixing up the right colour there could be done, and just touching in the wheel sets there. Now, they don't have pickups on, so you don't need to worry about covering any electrical connections on these. It is just a case of amending that there too. What you may find on some of the bogies is they are missing the springs. As you can see here, I've separated one of these off from the same vehicle just so you can see the part there. Now, if these are loose, it's just a simple screw to reattach that. If it is not there at all. We don't have any spares of these available at the moment. It is something we're investigating, but at this moment in time, it's not something we have available. Do keep an eye on our website should that situation change. Just showing again a highlight of the area where this spring would sit. And if you do still have it in the packet, it's really easy to attach. You need no glue at all. It's just a screw to attach that to your particular model. If you are working on the bogies on these particular vehicles, so what I'd recommend doing is taking the top out of the interior packaging, which usually sits over the roof to protect it, placing your coach inside that packaging, and then the bogies can simply be lifted away by undoing the screw on the pivot on the center of the bogie. Just a really easy twist there to get this out, and then you can either work on that independently of the model, or you can leave it in and work on it at the same time. So I'll just take that out to demonstrate for you. Might need a couple more turns. If you're looking at getting inside the body, which is something I'll cover shortly, the roof is on several clips which go along the body too. I'll highlight some of those to you shortly, but just showing you there, if you do want to touch up the paint on the wheel sets, you can take the bogie away very easily indeed. And again, just to mention, the link to the description there does have the information on the grading system we've employed for these coaches. We do have stock of them which has passed all our tests. Every single coach has been inspected from the batches that we've had delivered, covering the entire stocks of the BR Maroon and BR Crimson and Cream coaches of all three diagrams, the diagram 115, 175 and 186. So we've looked at the wheels. Let's have a look at some of the other items. This again is available on our website. It's just a bit more of a visual guide I thought I'd give you today to give you some of the details here. Now, just as a quick disclaimer as well, we can't specify exactly what items have issues on which coaches. We can't say you'll be receiving a coach with this or that, for example, but the grading system does cover the quantity of the issues that we have found with the model. So you can see there again, the grading system that's in place, the like new, 1 issue, 2 issue, 3 issues, and all of them are covered by the warranties that you can see there on the screen there too. So let's carry on. Let's have a look at some of the further tips that I can give you to look at some of these coaches. We have found, and this is one of the rarer issues, to be honest, this is slightly smudged paint on the roof. Maybe the varnish hasn't set. I'm not quite sure why this has occurred, but this is something that you can buff out with a very, very small amount of something like Teak on a very, very fine cloth, if you wish to do so. Of course, this could be covered by weathering too. If you're looking at adding a bit of authentic 1950s grime to your coaches, this can disappear very easily under some weathering on the rolling stock there too. With some of the roofs, we have found that they may be loose at the ends. You can just about see the gap there above the toilet window. Now, the roofs themselves are clipped into the sides of the coaches. You can just about see there that it's possible to separate the roof from the coach. And sometimes these have caught with a little bit of fluff or dust or something in the gap of these vehicles. So a really easy fix, say, to remove the roof, check that there, and just make sure that can sit flat there again. If you don't want to ever get in the coach, you can, of course, glue that down. That's something I can't really recommend. It's entirely your choice if you want to make that decision. It will prevent you getting inside the model again, but if you are happy with that, of course, you can make a more permanent connection with something like super glue there too. Heading over while we stick with the sides of the coach, again, one of the other minor issues that we've found is occasional loose panels of glazing. Now, we've just covered removing the roof using the clips on the underside of the roof there along the side of the coach. Once you're inside, the glazing should still be in there, and it is a push fit and then just a little bit of glue, something like glue and glaze that we sell. I wouldn't use a super glue on this as it may fog the windows. on the coach, but if you have some glue and glaze there, that would fix it. Just to answer a question in the chat, this is an independent issue of all our other commissions, so this won't affect any of our other products coming through, whether it's items that we're sourcing with another manufacturer or whether it is items that we are directly manufacturing ourselves. This is an independent issue that only affects the Teak coaches. As we've mentioned there in the chat, and as a few of you are answering there in the chat too, this won't have an impact on any of our other projects at all. Okay, so let's carry on our list. And again, just to recap, these are minor cosmetic issues. The actual running of the coaches has been fully tested too. The body structure of them has been fully tested too, and no issues have been found in these areas. The issues that we're looking at here today are purely the cosmetic side of the vehicles. If you still want to get them on your track and have them running, you'll find absolutely no issues with this, whether you go for grade A, grade B, grade C, or grade D vehicles. Looking at our next point, you can see there just on the handrails, which are a distinctive part of the Gresley Teak coaches, you'll see there's just a minor over application, shall we say, of glue on these to apply them to the coaches. Now, this is something that's only really visible when you look very, very close up. But I understand that a lot of you will be looking very close up at these, with them being very large coaches. This is something that there isn't really a fix for, unfortunately, unless you wanted to remove the handrail and remove the glazing, clean them up and reapply them, which is quite a bit of work. But we don't have any spares of the handrails available. As said, it is something that you can only see close up, but at the same time, as a modeler myself and as an O-gauge modeler myself, I do understand that sometimes it really is the close-up look that you want. So do bear in mind that that may be present. So heading over to our last item today, the footboards on the side of the coaches are a really distinctive part of the Gresley Teaks, especially on some of the brake vehicles that we are offering. A small number of these can come loose from the models, and these are secured with clips that clip into the side of the chassis. So again, they are really easy to just clip back in. You may find on a very small number of these that the actual securing pips have come away, and you can reattach the footboards themselves with glue. They come nowhere near the bogey mechanism, so you won't have any issues there with the bogies not being able to turn or anything like that. Again, it's a purely cosmetic issue on these vehicles. So just to recap there, that is the list of issues that we have found. It doesn't affect all the vehicles, and all the issues shown do not appear on all the models we are providing. Mainly, there are one or maybe two issues, as we can see on our list there. We do have vehicles that are fault-free. We do have a good number of vehicles that are fault-free, which you can check out on our listing on our website. And again, you can see there the information. If you do want to look at this information again, everything I've shown you today is available right now on the link in the description, and also the coaches themselves are available to order right now too. If you want to check those out, we've got 3 distinct diagrams available. We've got the diagram 115, which, as you can see here, is the corridor third. We've got the diagram 175, which you can see in front of me here, which is the brake composite, I believe, and then the diagram 186, which is the open third 2. These have come into stock in the BR Maroon and the BR Crimson and Cream liveries, and again, these are available to order right now. So do head over to the link in the description, check out some more of the information. Everything I've shown you today, including the fixes, is available on our website too. Another great question coming through there in the chat is regarding the final release of these particular models. We're expecting these later in the spring. This, of course, is for all you LNER era modelers out there who maybe have one of our O-gauge Flying Scotsmans or our O-gauge Gresley A4s in Garter Blue, or some of the wartime black liveries that we've produced too. These models are expected towards the start of the summer. We're not sure yet whether they will be part of the same, they'll be under the same criteria, we will be inspecting every single model of the Teaks as we do with our commissions, and we will update once these have arrived with us. We are working to prevent the issues on these models, but at the same time, if they do come through, we will keep you fully informed of these too. You can see this close-up of one of the decorated production samples on our website. And again, these are available to order across the 3 different liveries that you see there. And you can see the 3 different toolings there, should I say. Sorry, you can get the Teak coaches in the diagram 175, 186 and 1152. They're at £179 for the pre-order price. So I hope that's cleared a few things up for you. Again, if you want to watch through some of the advice I've given you today or some of the information, please do rewatch the video. But of course, you can head over to the link in the description there too, where there's a full information page on our Teaks, including some of the details you get, and of course, that grading system and the price changes that I have mentioned throughout today's video. If you do have any further questions regarding the models, don't hesitate to get in touch with our customer experience team directly. I'd recommend getting in touch over the phone, via email, or using the live chat on our website. It's the quickest way to get in touch with them, and they are available between 9:30 and 5:30 GMT, 7 days a week too. So you can get in touch with them and answer any queries regarding models that you may have on pre-order or models that you are looking at purchasing too. So I hope that's cleared a few things up for you. If you do want to find out some more, click the link in the description or do get in touch. If you want to check out more videos on our channel too, we have a range of all the latest model railway news and of course our skillscast sessions too. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more information there too. Otherwise, thanks again for watching and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.